Let's see. 2 canteens, a lighter, pocket knife, machete.
Any bites, rashes, coughing?
No, they're clean.
You know we're gonna need those weapons back.
Don't worry. You'll get them back. Once we've cleared all this
Bullshit.
up. Watch it, girl. You're in deep enough already. You know, if I had my way, I'd just dump you over the side. See how well you swim with your hands tied behind your back.
Guy might talk to me.
Norma's
Maybe
got
I can
other
get him to
ways
listen to
doing
reason.
things. You're lucky she's
He
calling
doesn't
the
seem
shots.
like the most
Listen, I
reasonable
know we
guy.
can work some.
So we seem to have been captured, as I kind of remember at the end of the last one and stuff. They talked, so I didn't have time to talk over them without pausing. So be careful.
Be careful, alright?
Hey,
So we've got my
cut
view
the
from inside
chatter.
the blindfold.
You speak when spoken to, understand? All right.
So I'm getting
Start
unblindfolded,
with
a little
you.
bit of light there.
What's your name? It's okay. You can tell me.
You first.
Where did my
Randall,
manners
remember
go? I'm Randall.
Michonne.
Now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about what you did.
What did I do again?
We didn't take anything from you.
Shut your mouth. I'm
I think
talking
that's
to
the girl from the boat.
cohort.
I'm not cohorts with them. So
Bet we're not the only ones you've stolen from.
I didn't steal shit from you.
Then you've got nothing to worry about.
presumably
see.
the other guys from the boat have no clue where we
Nice
are.
machete. You handle those walkers back there, but how are you against something that can actually fight back? It's plenty sharp.
Untie me, and I'll show you.
I'll bet.
Randall, remember that.
Weapon like this, you gotta be comfortable getting in close. Getting messy.
It's nice and silent though.
You know, every person we find living, they got some dead with them. Who was it for you, I wonder? Mother? Father? A couple sisters, maybe? Not kids. You? Oh, man. I wouldn't have guessed that in a million years. So you got nothing left to lose. No wonder you're all stoic and shit. But hell, we all lose people.
You're damn right I've got nothing left to lose. Means
Except
I'm not
your
afraid
face.
of anything.
Everyone's afraid of something. Anyone who says otherwise is just lying to themselves.
Hold on a second. I should make sure that OBS is in fact recording my mic. I unplugged it to use a printer, and because I used the same cord for both. Okay, we're fine. I just didn't want to get too far without that. So we got a nice little overhead
Look
view.
at Here we are. Monroe.
So we got another bullshit civilization. I'm getting fucking tired of these. So we're
Got
incredible.
you got a good look last time you were here.
So they've
Too
fixed
busy stealing
someplace
from
up.
us to appreciate our little community. Bet you never
Oh
gave them
boy,
a
this
second
dude's gonna
thought.
be the governor.
Folks you fucked over?
It wasn't us.
What was that?
We haven't been here before.
Save it for Norma.
Or
My
maybe
sister.
she's the governor or
She's the one in
something?
charge
Okay.
here. She'll be just thrilled to see you.
So, presumably the other group stole something from them before, as they were about to here, but... So is that, what's her face? Norma, I think?
Zachary, thank God.
You hurt?
I'm fine, Jonas. I'm fine.
Here. Found your missing medicine.
Thanks. I'll, get this back to the sick bay.
So he doesn't actually, it's not
Hey.
his medicine?
Your job's not done yet.
Come on.
I'm guessing we're never going to see the people from the boat
Randall,
again.
what's all this?
She looks like she could be
I
his
hope I'd
mother.
never see you again, Samantha.
Norma, I'm...
Not a word. not from you.
Oh, this is... No, I know what this is more like. This isn't like anything in the shows. This is more like Carver from Season 2, where people who ran away. You know, the group and the Carver group and shit. Okay. Hey everyone, so it's actually been about a year since I originally recorded the footage for this episode, and in the process I eventually got around to editing. It's been a really slow year for me, I'm sorry. I got around to editing and rendering it, and then when I went to watch it back to come up with titles and make sure everything was okay with the rendering, it was not. About 4 minutes of the audio was desynced, starting around here, and I'll record to where it fixes in the original recording. I'll keep as much of the original recording as possible, but I have to re-record this part.
Along with this. That one there. She's the one to watch out for.
That true? You dangerous?
You don't believe me?
I don't remember
I've
what
never
I
been
said
wrong about
originally.
something like this.
I think she's more than capable of
Let's say
speaking
I
for
am when I
herself,
need to
Randall.
be.
I'm dangerous when I need to be.
Aren't we all? Though dangerous isn't so bad anymore. You survive if you're dangerous. I can respect that.
I'm gonna try to keep
Randall,
my
escort
options
these
as
ladies to the
original as
storeroom.
possible,
Find
but
somewhere comfortable
I
for the other
don't always
two.
remember.
What? That's my brother!
Just in case any of them get remembered.
You got this under control?
I even had to downscale the
You'll
recording
be okay.
Get moving.
because I got a 1440p monitor now and I was 1080p at the time. I'm playing on a completely different PC than this was originally recorded on. Alright, I skipped loading. There's like a open can of soda on the floor down there.
Where are they taking Pete?
Don't
Zip
you worry
ties,
about
huh?
him.
What about Greg?
Looks a bit empty, doesn't it? Like something's missing. Luckily, my sister's good at getting answers. She'll find out what you did with the rest of it. And if she doesn't, the two of us are gonna have ourselves a talk.
I'm not gonna let you do this.
Keep an eye on her. She's got a knack for starting trouble. Anything goes down and I'm blaming you.
See,
And you don't
nothing will
want that.
happen. How about that?
Trust me.
Nothing's gonna happen down here.
See that it doesn't. I'd say make yourself.
Of course, we're lying to him,
That's,
but
probably not gonna happen.
Ugh, we've got to get out of here. They're gonna hurt Greg. These people.
shut up and let me
You don't know
think.
what they're
I think this is what I said
Will
originally.
you be quiet so I can think?
Fine. You go right ahead. Should have never involved my brother in this, and now you, who knows what they're gonna do to him?
Let's see. Did you
Is
steal their
Norma
stuff?
right? Did you steal those supplies?
Well, I didn't steal the duffel bag, if that's what you're asking.
So you stole everything else.
This is my fault. I'm so sorry. I was just trying to protect my family. That's all. I never thought they'd go back to the ferry. I didn't know. It's not gonna be okay.
Let's ask why'd you use
What
the
the hell
radio?
is going on here?
I just wanted to use the radio to reach people. I never expected that Randall would show up there. Not after... Ties are too tight. You see anything we can cut him with? Anything with a sharp edge.
Well, I don't have my machete, so let's look at the
This
bags.
used to be full?
How should I know?
Let's look at some cigarettes.
Someone really loves
She
their
was
cigs.
saying something.
Same brand that was in the duffel.
And the stacks of
Flapjack.
supplies.
They must have taken it from the ferry.
And life
They took
vests.
the life vest, too. This is why there was nothing left on that ferry. It's all here.
There's 10. Oh, those were like the kids' toys from the cutscenes. Am I hallucinating them? What on earth? That's fucking creepy. Okay.
Robo?
I didn't. Did they just appear there? This is like some Five Nights at Freddy's shit. Okay, I guess. And one of them is a teddy bear. What on earth?
What's going on? This is freaking me out.
It's freaking me out too.
You're freaking me out right now.
I tried to help you.
I know.
I'm not talking to her. So that was fucking creepy. Is she gonna get loose anyway? Or are we just gonna be stuck down here, or what?
If you want to get out of this, I need you to tell me the truth.
What?
You saw those bodies back at the ferry? That was another group. We traded with them sometimes. Randall killed them all. Everyone. Even the kids. Came with his whole crew. And he just murdered them.
How do you know? Did you see it happen?
We were on a supply run. We heard gunshots and screams. We tried to look for survivors, but...
And they took what was left. That's why this...
So, the toys were a hallucination, right?
They think they own everything on the water. Whatever they find, they take, and if you put up a fight... well, you know what happens. They just... it's nothing to them.
I saw what Randall did.
Now do you get it? If there's anyone out there that you care about, don't tell these people a thing.
So...
Someone's coming back.
It seems like playing along is not going to be an option now. Violent escape's the only thing.
A little more and I can get free.
That may not be the best idea.
Have to get out
He's
of
going
here.
to be here.
Sam, that's a bad idea.
Haven't heard a better one.
If he gets here and notices, then it's a really bad idea. So, she's gonna cut things on the square pipe?
Listen, whoever comes through that door, we jump them. That's the only way we're getting out of here.
Okay.
It's now or never.
Now that she's free, I suppose.
Worth a shot. Let's do it.
Guess that's my choice of this chapter. Because there was only two options, so she has to, I guess, pretend to still be stuck. Hopefully it doesn't get her shot with that rifle.
Quiet down here. Here I was, ready for a fight. Nice work. Kept it together.
Not really.
I'm
And we're going cinematic. So, time to actually fight.
I knew you were dangerous. Come on. Norma wants a word.
So, could I have potentially ignored that cue and... oh, she got hurt because of that. I think maybe I should have ignored that cue. So, we're loading. I think I'm gonna maybe end things there. And talk about the episode. I don't know. I might go one more depending on how long it takes me to discuss it. So the idea is that Doug from the last episode, the guy who ran away, he's sitting in a cell and some black dude makes fun of him, and you get the impression that he's an asshole, but you really realize later on that he's smart. And, yeah, he comes in a lot later. This is sort of the pre-intro role thing. Then he's like, "So, who are you to Nick?" So, they probably talk for a while everything else in the episode goes on. So Ophelia gets mad that they took Griselda and probably doesn't give a shit about Nick or Liza. See, one of the, the guys that's below Moyers, he goes in to restrain her, but Adams is like, no, I got this, and then they don't want Adams to try to comfort her, but they eventually, eventually they let Adams do his thing. So, then, meanwhile, back at the house, Chris throws a temper tantrum, basically, about how Liza just left, and Habs is like, it's okay, she just wants to help people. And, he's like, now apologize to Madison, but he runs off. So, then back at the medical thing, Exner tells Liza that Griselda had her foot cut off. They had to. She's recovering. Liza tries to ask her about Nick, but does not get an answer. Now, this is kind of where I don't remember what the wiki's talking about. It says that, first of all, there's two things. It says Madison finds Susan's suicide note in Leach's bedroom. Is like, what the hell is up with that? And then goes back to the Tran house to look for Alicia. And what I remembered I thought it was in the basement of the Manawa house. And she just, she went down there because she heard stuff coming from down there. That's how I remembered it watching the episode, but apparently it was the Tran house according to the wiki, and she went down because of the suicide note. So she finds Daniel, Ophelia, and Adams in the basement with Adams strapped to a chair. And Daniel is like, this is how we bring him home. And the idea, according to Ophelia, is that they trade Adams for Griselda, Liza, and Nick. But this is, again, where my memory diverges from what the wiki said. What I thought was, Ophelia sort of leaves, and then Daniel gives a warning, to have Ophelia not come back to the house. And it may have been a little bit of I didn't necessarily get it until it started happening, but I got the impression that maybe he was like going to hint, he's actually going to torture Adams. The wiki says he just straight up tells Madison no. Which makes an interaction later in the episode a little bit different, actually. So, let me read the wiki a little bit. Alright, I'm back. I lost my place on the wiki. So, Travis was like, hey, guys, people are gonna rise up. If, he's talking to Morris. People are gonna rise up if, you don't start bringing people back. So he's like, okay, I guess we'll let you go to the command center. Meanwhile, Daniel starts torturing Adams and telling him about how he tortured people in El Salvador. He always told a story about the man in the chair and the man with the knife or something like that. I don't remember exactly what he said. And he was always ambiguous about who was who in order to make his daughter believe that he was the man being tortured, but he was the one who tortured people. So Adams tells Daniels Daniel, it's not Daniels, it's his first name, it's his last name, that they're at a command center 2 miles away, but Daniel is not satisfied. Meanwhile, this is possibly the weirdest part of the episode for me, is we go back to Travis's perspective, and Moyers notices a zombie, and, they start talking about point values of it, and then Moyers is like, no, we've got to guess, we've got to let our guests shoot the zombie, but Travis is like, come on, I can't do that, because he's, the whole pacifist thing. He tries to line up a shot to please Moyers, but then notices that she's got a Dunkin' Donuts name tag on. And he's like, I can't do it. And Moyers is like, so you think we're just a bunch of murderers? And Moyers ends up killing her. And then we go back to the command center where Liza and Exner are examining new people, and then a soldier comes in and it's like, oh, okay, these are his injuries, blah, 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 open his jacket, oh god, he's got a bite, nope, we gotta kill him. Because it's weird, because this scene makes you think that they're still under the impression that, oh, you have to be bit to die. Although, granted, generally being bit is or that you need to be bit to turn. But granted, the being bit is usually a guaranteed death, so far from what we've seen. Unless it's on a limb and you can amputate that limb. But he was bit, on the abdomen, so he was kind of screwed. So they go to put him down. So then we go back to Travis, and so this is weird. The wiki doesn't mention it. They get a call about a building that they need to clear, and it looks like what's going on from Travis's perspective is that living people are falling out the windows and stuff, and they're slaughtering them. But it looks like there's also zombies in there. The wiki doesn't mention the living people. I thought this was supposed to be confirmation that, yes, they're definitely killing living people. So, Travis is ordered to remain in the vehicle. We then go back to the torture. Daniels asks Adams what cobalt means. This is where the title of the episode, Cobalt, comes from. But I didn't hear any mention of cobalt before this notice. But Daniel mentions that cobalt has been heard on the radio transmissions a lot. And also, at this point, Daniels has fucked up his arm. Let's see. So then we have a scene of Alicia and Chris. I get the feeling that in a lot of these episodes, they plan them to be 35 minutes and then add 10 minutes of filler to them. This was one of those scenes where it's Alicia and Chris go find the house of a wealthy family, and they're going, oh, we're gonna trash their stuff because it's been evacuated. They're not coming back. We're gonna wear their clothes and play with their RC helicopters and break all of their dishes because we can. So now we go back to the cell. The black guy, Nick is detected with a fever, and then apparently anyone with a fever is supposed to be hauled off and presumably put down, but black guy bribes the commanding officer to let Nick stay in exchange for some jewelry, and Nick asks why he wants him back. He's like, you're a heroin addict, you survive. He flashes a key to the cell he has, and is like, you're gonna help me escape. And, apparently heroin addicts are good survivors. I wouldn't know. I've never tried heroin or known anyone who's used heroin, so I don't know. We cut back to Travis. He's listening to the radio because they have one in the truck. The guys are getting slaughtered. One of the sort of second in command guy, pops back and says, Moyers isn't coming. Presumably he's dead. And he's like, I'm noping out of here and going to San Diego with my family. So presumably Travis wants to do the same. I guess he drops him off back at the community first for some reason, instead of just kicking him out. So, then Madison hears Ophelia scream at the house, and apparently she found the torture session. And Daniel tells her it was necessary. So Daniel tells them that Cobalt is, okay, this isn't until later. Sorry. We do find out what Cobalt is. It then cuts to Liza finding Griselda, and she's in septic shock. And the way this wiki is laid out, constantly switching POVs, is kind of annoying, but I've watched the episode like a week and a half ago, so I kind of needed to keep my chronology straight, at least kind of. So, Travis gets home, finds out what happens, and what was I going to say? He asks Madison if she knew, and she doesn't answer, which, the way I saw the episode was that she really didn't, and the wiki says she did, so I don't know. And back in the basement, Adams tells Daniel two things. One, that the military locked 2,000 civilians in a local arena, presumably like a hockey or basketball arena, after they started trampling each other. There were infected and living civilians. Presumably they're all zombies now. Then he also mentions that Cobalt is a code to evacuate and terminate the remaining civilians, and says it's going to take place at 9 o'clock the next morning. Chris and Alicia are on their way back and notices that there's military guys. They try to hide, but then the military guys see them but don't do anything about it. They're like, something's not right, because normally they would have probably killed us or rounded us up or something. So they don't give a shit, because they're about to kill everyone anyway. And then here's where we get the scene that kind of contradicts the one about putting down the soldier earlier and not trying to rescue him. So Griselda dies, and Exer tells Liza that she has to be put down, because at this point they already know that anyone who dies in any way comes back. Which, it's weird. It took the people in the game like the second episode to figure out. Here it's the 5th episode of the show. It took the end of the 2nd season for the main series show. So they put her down with some sort of like crossbow pistol thing or something. And then Daniel goes to the arena and notices a bunch of zombies are pounding on the doors and probably about to get out in order to confirm the story. So, which means hopefully next episode they get out and we actually get a bunch of zombies eating people, which is what we come to the show for, and not all this fancy schmancy, we're gonna, run around in this, what was I gonna say? I had a pop-up on my desktop and it distracted me. We're gonna chill in these houses and pretend nothing's wrong. Okay, so how long have I been I don't know. I might go one more, but here's what I'll tell you, is I might end up cutting it and making it the first part of the next video. So, I don't know. We'll see. So, I'll play it now. And so, either you'll see it now, or you'll see it at the beginning of the next episode. So, let's resume the game.